Short ass. Honey fucker. But short ass. How are we all? Having a good time? Yeah, good on you. I can't see you, but I believe each and every one of you are actually having a good time. It's fantastic. I can't believe it. I'm just so excited to be back live on stage because this is where it all started for me, you know, all these years ago. It's like coming home, back to where it all began with the faces in the crowd, the stage, the lights. I get goosebumps. And, oh, fuck it, look. Basically, I've been sacked from every network. And I've run out of options. So here I am. This is a true story, actually. Last year I had my own TV show on Channel 9, and the night before the first episode went to air, James Packer sold all his shares in the network. Oh, thanks a lot, James! That's a vote of confidence! If he doesn't find out I'm here at Crown, well, this joint will be on the market in the morning. I can always go back to making films, because that's the other thing I've done. I've made a couple of films. I'm actually making one right now. I love this idea. I want to run it by you. This is fantastic. It's a very faithful remake of The Man from Snowy River. It's exactly the same, shot for shot, but with dwarves on Shetlands. That's going to be funny, especially the little scene at the end when they go down the tiny little mound. That would be fantastic. Hey, did you happen to see the Olympic torch? Anyone catch it? When it came down, it was pretty quick. It was hit and run, actually, in one day, out the next. Because they're basically not mucking around the Olympic torch anymore. There's that shit scared of protesters that well, in some countries, in the next 2 countries it's going to, they're not even going to advertise the route that the torch is taking because they're frightened of protesters on that route. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, if you want to avoid the major thoroughfares, if that's what you want to do, instead of giving the flame to former athletes, why not just give it to no-and-drink drivers in the area? They'll get it there, the back routes. I'll be home in bed tucked up before you even know what happened. Have you heard about the swim team, the latest with the swim team? This is just news. The Olympic swim team, Nick Darcy out, Barry Hall in. I love our swim team. I can't wait to see what they do in Beijing because they're the only ones who ever really we can bank on for some medals, right? And I love watching them go about their business. I do feel Olympic swimmers have had it too good for too long, if you know what I mean. I think the pool in Beijing should replicate the exact same conditions we have to put up with when we go to the pool. You know what I'm talking about. Creepy crawly down one end. Bloke fishing leaves out of lane 8. Big fat piss guy floating about on an inflatable chair with a beer in one hand. Get round that, Libby Lenton! Coins on the bottom of the pool, the odd warm patch. Make them hire their own fucking towels. That's what I want to see. I do love, the other event I love is the shooting. I really love the shooting at the Olympics. I wish they modernised it a bit and kind of had a couple of new events. I don't know. The drive-by. You know what I mean? Something for the sawn-off. You'd know that medal presentation would just be 3 blokes on the dais wearing balaclavas, but I'd still like to see it! I'll tell you, can I tell you, it's one of my favourite stories about the 2000 Olympics at Sydney, obviously. I ran into Mundawai Yunupingu, who is the lead singer of Yothu Yindi, and Yothu Yindi were performing for the opening ceremony at the Sydney Olympics, and he was telling me this story, how when they came down from Arnhem Land and the band wanted to perform, they asked the Olympic organisers if they could bring their family and friends. And the Olympic organisers said no, we're only providing tickets and accommodation for members of the band. He goes, all right, no drama. I hear. Anyway, during the opening ceremony, there's the band going about their business, and immediately to the right of Mundawai Yunupingu are 14 of his family members bashing 2 sticks together. That is ingenious. It really is ingenious. Hey, have you seen what CUB are up to? This is interesting. CUB actually dropped, I can't believe they did this, dropped the alcohol content of VB from 4.9 to 4.8%. That is a drop of 0.1%, people. This is a national disgrace. A disgrace. You know who I feel sorry for? You know who the big losers are? Ugly chicks. They're going to have to pedal a lot harder for a route. What about the nation of Zimbabwe? This is true. The entire nation of Zimbabwe ran out of beer. The entire nation ran out of beer. You're a monster, Mugabe! It's probably why he got the arse. Been there for 28 years, 5,000% inflation. Yeah, we can live with that. What, food shortage? Well, that's a bit rough. What, no beer? Fuck off! It'd be shitty if you owned a souvlaki shop in Zimbabwe, wouldn't it? There you go, the profit margins. We have a problem with alcohol. We have a problem with alcohol right here in this country, people. It's binge drinking, and it affects the young people only, but I'm sure there's still a few of us carrying the flag for the older generation. And it's binge drinking, and it's got so bad. Here's what's happening. It's got so bad, they're about to introduce warnings for bottles of alcohol, much like they do on the front of cigarette packets. I'm wondering what they're going to be. Warning, contents of this bottle may cause you to join in on the chorus of American Pie. Warning, contents of this bottle may cause you to glass your girlfriend in a Miami hotel room. Oh, here's a good one. Warning, contents of this bottle may cause you to sleep with your former girlfriend who you've been dodging for the last 8 months because she's basically been stalking you, and when you wake up in the morning you hate yourself and later find out she's carrying your child. I don't know how they're going to fit it on the bottle, but I wish it had been around about 8 months ago. Life would be a whole lot easier right now. Because we do stupid things when we're drunk. Don't we, fellas? Yeah, put your hand up. We all do it. I could do a 2-hour show on stupid things I do when I'm drunk. I'll give you one example. This happened recently. I was in Vanuatu. I'd been out drinking with a lot of foreigners. We decided we'd go back to my bungalow to have a few drinks, and as we're going back to the bungalow, just in front on the pavement, lying there, is a snake. And I don't know what came over me. I really don't know what came over. Maybe it's the whole crocodile hunter, crocodile Dundee thing, the legend of the Aussie bushman, but I just immediately assumed control. Stand back, everybody! Stand back, and remember, I'd had a few. Stand back, everybody, I'll show you how an Aussie bushman deals with this situation. So the snake is lying there on the ground, and I've crouched behind